Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
TalesFromThePodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
How's it going, Ron?
What? Oh, sorry, I'm watching Bar Rescue.
Oh, you would be. Oh, look at this. We got Benji games too. Goosebumps and these. All right, we actually I think that's a good place to start. They came out with a new Goosebumps series.
Yeah, and I'm actually interested in it because I don't hate Justin Long, and I like the premise.
It's not the same as the TV show. I've actually already watched half the episodes. I
Right,
mean,
is it
there's
good,
5.
though?
I've watched 3.
Is it good, though?
Define good.
Would you recommend it to someone like me?
I mean, I think there's things in it that you're going to enjoy, but I think it has some of the modern.
Is it more geared toward kids?
No.
Okay.
It's definitely more of like young adult.
So like 16-year-olds.
Yeah, 16 to 19 in there, I'd say.
Right.
I mean, it has some. My biggest thing with it is it has, and I know with some people they don't care or whatever. That's cool. I'm just personally fed up with Disney's bullshit woke culture shit that they always have to throw into every fucking movie and every fucking show they do. But it's pretty subtle in it. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not like what they did to fucking Willow.
I haven't.
But
I will say this.
It's a dark story. It is. I like
it. I'm waiting for the day job tomorrow because Sundays are notoriously slow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch The Fall of the House of Usher, which is apparently fucking fantastic.
Really, I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, it's the new Mike Flanagan thing.
I know who it is. We were talking about it when it first got announced.
Yeah. Have you watched Midnight Mass yet?
Yeah, we've talked about it more than once.
Oh, because that's fucking fantastic.
That's probably the best thing Flanagan's done, in my opinion.
I would argue that Dr. Sleep is, but with Dr. Sleep you have to watch the director's cut because the storyline is better. It's more fleshed out. There's
I've seen it, and I'm not saying that's a horrible film, but I just think, in my opinion, I think Midnight Mass might be the best thing he's done.
Well, shit. That just, yeah. I haven't seen A Haunting of Bly Manor yet, though.
I have.
Yeah,
I have seen it. I've seen, looking at his whole thing right now. I mean, I didn't watch The Midnight Club.
I haven't watched it either.
And I have seen everything else that he's done.
I really liked Hush.
I didn't really care for Hush, and I did not care for Oculus.
I mean, I also liked his version of the Ouija movie.
I mean,
it was better than what was made. The first one.
There's a lot of really bad ones. I mean, I probably own about 15 of them that you never even heard of.
You keep me that way. I don't want to know about them. They're
Those Ouija movies are like almost as bad as like Amityville movies.
oh god, those Amityville movies.
They have
were-
Amity every fucking things. And there's David.
And
How's it
there's
going,
no
David?
redemption in that movie whatsoever for Jack Torrance.
No, but that's why we like it. Or at least that's why I like it.
Unless you're talking about the miniseries, because the miniseries there's plenty of redemption for Jack Torrance
I don't
because it's
care about
way
the
more based on
miniseries.
the book.
They really fuck up a lot of stuff by the book anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
the closest thing that we've ever gotten to like a Stephen King adaptation, I think, is probably Dark Place.
Dark Place.
Yeah.
You mean
It's just
Dark,
more.
Dark Place?
Yes. That's 100% what I mean.
I think I think the closest adaptation he's ever done that's ever been done is I don't know if it was Mike Flanagan or not, but Gerald's Game.
Yeah, that was Flanagan.
Yeah, and that was
See,
fucked.
I don't know, because like, I don't know, King's one of those things where it's like my favorite King movie. I know I've read the book, but I don't remember the difference as I've seen the movie so many more times.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna fucking make fun of me. My favorite one is Rose Red.
I've never read it.
No,
No, and I haven't seen it either because the only King adaptations that I think are worth a
I
goddamn
like it.
are the Frank Darabont ones or the Mike Flanagan's ones. I think stuff like Langoliers is fucking garbage, but
I didn't really care for that one as much either.
I didn't mind Pet Cemetery. I liked it. I like the original better than the remake. I haven't watched the new one yet.
Fuck that. The original is the only one in my opinion.
Yeah, well.
And yeah, technically, but I mean,
What, you don't want to hear John Lithgow play the Fred Gwynn role going grounds,
I don't know though. I mean, I'd love to see John Lithgow do every role.
Oh, he's great.
He is. I mean, he's one of those actors where every time I see him, I've seen him on such a huge spectrum of roles. It's fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, everything
Barry
from
the
fucking
Hendersons.
Third Rock to fucking Dexter. You know, like, dude's just a great fucking actor.
He was fantastic in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he was. He was fucking great in that. It was almost believable. Like,
Yeah. He played somebody who has dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever the hell it was really, really well.
almost like he had it.
Yeah, he must have
That,
been.
or maybe maybe he spent a lot of time making fun of people with disabilities to be able to play those roles that well.
Maybe. I mean, it's like it's like making fun of somebody who has telekinesis or something. Oh wait, speaking of telekinesis,
There we go. The tie-in. So our movie tonight, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood.
which was originally supposed to be Freddy versus Jason, but they couldn't get the rights worked out, so it became Freddy versus Carrie, or Jason versus Carrie, I guess.
I mean, that's basically, I mean, without the name, yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
mean,
will say when Melissa bought it, the bitch,
yeah.
her death was the most satisfying in the entire thing because the way she took that fucking axe right to the face, and then he just tossed her ass across the room like, "Bitch, are you for real?"
I still, I don't know. This movie, it has its flaws, has its fun parts, but there is something about when Kane Hodder picks up a sleeping bag and smokes it into a fucking tree that just makes me so fucking happy.
I know. Actually, since we can't do the since it's just you and me, and since the questions are going unused for Friday the 13th, would you like to take some trivia questions?
Well, how about before we get into all of that, we do have a video to play.
Oh yes, let's see what Jeff thought about Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Yes. Yeah. And this is a almost 6-minute video. So, Jeff was not here to make it. He had some prior obligations in life. I don't remember exactly everything he had going on, but they were very important and involved. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to talk to us tonight.
Well, I
But
mean, I wouldn't either.
I don't blame him. But here, let's hear his thoughts on part 7.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Jeff here. Wanted to give my thoughts on Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Wasn't able to make the show this week, but I'm here in video form. So let's talk about it. So as I mentioned last week when we talked about Part 6, 6 and 7 on any given time I'm watching this franchise are my two favorite films, and they go back and forth as to which one beats the other out. Luckily right now, Part 7 is actually edging out Part 6 right now because I gave it a watch and it's just so much fun. The aspect of a psychic teenager going up against this undead, relentless killing machine that is Jason Voorhees is just so much fun. We get we get a look from Jason that is beautiful from the late, great John Carl Buechler, who also directed this film and created a lot of the effects that the MPAA decided to cut down because, well, they're a bunch of pussies and can't handle a little blood and violence in their movies. Plain and simple. That's as it goes. A lot of the kills were cut down. The Dr. Cruz kill with the weed whacker was cut down. I believe also Tina's mom was cut down. The head squashing scene where he takes the one guy, crushes his head. I know that was supposed to go longer. The head was supposed to be crushed down to like the size of a walnut. I could sit here and talk about this kind of stuff all day. The stuff in this movie is just so much fun. The story is it a little ridiculous? Yeah. But for the first time, I feel, since Ginny's character in Part 2, played by Amy Steele, we have a strong female heroine, final girl, in Tina Shepard, who's able to go toe-to-toe with Jason. Not in a physical standpoint, not in a mental capacity, but with her psychic powers. She's able to keep Jason on his toes, and you can see how pissed off he gets the more she goes at him. The more she stands up and confronts him, the more pissed and angry he is. This is also the movie where we finally get to see Kane Hodder portray Jason for the first time, and we can see what he brings to the character. There's more to it than just a stuntman, and that is not taking away from any of the previous Jasons in this franchise, with the exception of Warrington Gillette. He can go fuck off. Every other Jason from Part 2 to this point has brought something to that character. What we get from Kane Hodder, I think, is a little more than just this relentless force. We get a little more of the acting underneath the makeup. Oh, we did see some of that in Part 3, but I think this one we get more because the makeup is so much more detailed, and we get this decayed, gross, waterlogged being that is Jason Voorhees after being trapped under the lake in Part 6 by Tommy Jarvis. We see the effects of that with the spine showing through the back of his costume. The way the face is sticking out through, you see the teeth and the jaw behind the mask. Everything about Jason's look in this one works for me. Now, this and Part 6, Jason Lives, were the two films that I saw the most growing up on TV. So I hold a bit of nostalgia for these. I hold them a little near and dear. And that is not to take away anything from the rest of this franchise, because it is my favorite 80s horror franchise. Right behind that would be Halloween and Nightmare, probably tied. I know Halloween started in the 70s, but majority of those films took place in the 80s and into the 90s, so it can kind of count. To wrap up here, I want to say, if you haven't seen Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, check it out. Keep in mind that the timeline at this point is kind of thrown out the window. At this point, it's just another installment at the camp. How do we kill these teenagers? Which is kind of what started, I think, in Part 6. Since Part 5 was something so different that fans didn't like it, they bring Jason back. Okay, how does Jason kill these kids? How does he kill these young teenagers / 20-something-year-olds? and we get more of that in this one. It was supposed to be a bloodier movie, but like I said, the MPAA cut down so much of Buechler's work that we get glimpses of it. And it's not enough, but overall, the tone of the film is just a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I give this one a 9.5. I believe if you go back and watch, I gave Jason Part 6, or Friday the 13th Part 6, sorry. Jason Lives a 9, so this is a 9.5. It's edging it out after watching it. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. While you're doing that, head on over and check out the Skewered Universe podcast. You can find us on all podcasters. Our most recent episode that came out is continuing our Director Spotlight series with Guillermo del Toro with the movie Mimic, and I was joined by my buddy Brian Wolford of the Midnight Drive-In podcast. That's available now. It is episode 75. Check that out. For all the social media links and where you can support us on Patreon and all that, head on over to skewerdhead.com. I'll see you guys next week.
Not a bad opinion.
He put a lot of production quality into that. When I was going to do it for part 5, if I wasn't here, I was just going to be like, look, this is what I give the movie. Bye.
I believe you 100%.
So, all right, let's go through some of these questions and see how good you
Oh,
really are.
God.
All right. And I know David's chomping at the bit for these questions. All right. How
Should I
many
give
people,
Dave a chance to do this?
No. How many people does Jason kill in the original Friday the 13th?
None.
Okay. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that. In the early version of the script for Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, what character was going to be introduced?
I don't know anything about the script production on that.
Elias Voorhees, Jason's dad.
All right.
What happens to Jason at the end of Jason X?
Hold on a minute.
Nice.
At the end of Jason X?
Uh-huh.
Oh God. You know, that's probably been the longest since I've actually seen that one. I don't even remember. Fuck.
You want me to just tell you?
I mean, I feel like he gets buried.
He lands on Earth 2. Remember, he was heading towards the ship, and then the other guy...
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, I probably haven't watched Jason X in fucking forever.
Well, you're going to have to watch it soon.
I know. That's why I haven't watched it again, because I know it's coming again.
When was Jason born?
When was he born?
Uh-huh. There is a date.
Wait, the year is in the 50s.
Nope.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
I
He was
know
11 when he died.
Oh, so what, the 40s?
June 13th, 1946.
Yeah, there we go.
What is the first weapon that Jason uses?
Oh, God. You got some good questions here. The first weapon that Jason uses. Why am I thinking it's a hammer?
Nope.
What was it?
You're thinking of the cop, but you're missing the ice pick he uses on Al.
Yo, fuck you. I hate your questions.
Because they're so good.
They are good ones.
What famous actress does Marcy quote in the original Friday the 13th? Remember when she's like, "You'll always be plain."
Oh God! Like I'm even gonna pay attention to who somebody's
Katharine Hepburn. Who? Okay, here's one. Who is Jason's first victim after getting his iconic hockey mask?
First victim after getting the mask.
Uh-huh.
Who's the first?
You're looking it up, aren't you?
No.
I'm
going back and forth right now, chatting because we have fun news that we're going to be able to talk about. I've already been talking to you about before the show.
Fair enough.
So I mean, I got a lot going on at the same time.
I'll just tell you who it is. It's Vera, the one who Shelley wanted to fuck.
Oh God.
Okay. What was the name of Terry's dog in Friday the 13th, Part 2?
Friday the 13th. Terry.
Bonus points if you tell me this and the name of the dog in part 4.
I don't know the name of the dog, but I know who played Terry. I can't think of the dog's name.
Muffin.
Muffin.
What was the name of the ship in Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
Oh my god.
They show you really big right in the beginning.
I mean, fucking everybody hates that one.
I don't hate it.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
the dog
you
was
do.
named Gordon. Very good.
What?
In part 4, the dog was called Gordon. What is the name of the ship in Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
I don't know. That's my least favorite one.
The Lazarus, correct. All right. Here's one for you. What director played Dr. Wimmer in Jason X? They had to use his crew to shoot up in Canada, and he said, the only way I'll let you do it is if you kill me off.
Cronenberg?
Yep. When was Camp Crystal Lake established?
Wish I had my cup in here.
I know, right? I'm looking at the Camp Crystal Lake sign I have hanging on the wall.
I mean, I got like 3 mugs and they're all in the other room. I was like, I don't even remember.
1935. All right, here's one. Ready for this one? This one, I'm going to hold off on this one at the end.
How many of these are we going through? Am I doing your entire fucking thing?
We're going through them quick.
How many you got left?
5 or 6. In the entire franchise, not including the remake, how many times was Jason not the killer?
Oh, you're talking like how many movies?
Yep.
No, you're only 2.
Not counting the remake. Not including the remake. How many times was Jason not the killer?
2.
Correct. What was the only real death in the entire Friday the 13th franchise?
Real death?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
It was used as a red herring to kind of make people think it was Bill instead of...
Who was it?
It was a snake. That snake that they killed.
Oh, fuck you. I was thinking, I'm trying to think of a person.
In the original Friday the 13th, what instrument was Claudette playing during the sing-along in the beginning of the movie?
What's she playing?
You better say it before the chat does.
It was a guitar, I think, right?
Yep. How was Jason brought back to life?
Which time?
In 6. Because he was actually dead at the beginning of 6.
Well, I was really hoping you were going to say Freddy versus Jason. I like the idea of that resurrection a lot better.
Such a lame-ass fucking resurrection.
What, part 6?
No, and how they brought him back in Freddy versus Jason. We just did it last week.
I know we did, man. I've been fucking busy. I know they went to the grave thing. They were gonna fucking exploded and whatever the fuck his face still has the tombstone. Frankenstein his ass.
Right, but what did they use to bring Frankenstein to life?
Lightning.
Bingo.
Well, that's the same thing as Frankensteining.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to accept Frankensteining his ass. All right, here we go.
That is a fucking verb.
Here we go. Get your Websters out, bitch. In part 4, Joseph Zito and Tom Savini worked together to bring an end to Jason. What film did they work together on prior to this?
Savini and who?
Joseph Zito. The next one is a question about your favorite movie in the franchise.
Did you just say it was... I thought you just said this was the last one.
What? No. I said in part 4 that they.
Oh no, I thought you meant that this was the last question.
No.
Zito and Savini. Where's this crossover? Zito and Savini.
You are so looking it up right now.
No, I'm not. I am letting you know right now that our thing is starting production this fucking week.
Hot damn!
So there
want me
you
to
go.
tell you?
Well, all right, hold on. See, the thing is, I'm not sure, but did Savini work on Prowler?
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, I wasn't sure if he did.
All right, so actually the last question in this will lead us back into the conversation. So,
Fuck you,
in
dude.
Jason Goes to Hell, who is wearing Freddy's glove?
Like in Jason, like the person?
Yeah, what person is wearing Freddy's glove when he pulls the mask down?
I don't remember.
Kane Hodder.
Oh,
All right, 2 questions left. What
you
is
just.
this one? I don't think either one of them would have got this one. What is the fear of Friday the 13th called?
Oh man, I used to know this one. Oh fuck, man. I know it's something like I can't pronounce it. I can tell you that right now.
It took me a long time to try and figure it out myself.
It's like it's para something, but it's like super fucking stupid.
It's
I remember reading it because there's a fear of like basically all those things like black cats,
right.
Like all
the
that.
fear
and
of
that was
Friday
one
the
of them.
13th is called triskaidekaphobia.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it starts with a para.
That doesn't matter. And the last
But that's
last question. Which Friday the 13th film was cut the most by the MPAA?
God damn it! I know this one because I was looking. Oh man.
I told
Hold
you.
Hold on.
I end our conversation, but
Well, huh?
I told you the answer ties into our conversation.
Well, then it's probably this one.
Hey!
Right? Yeah.
Now, can we announce the big thing, or can we not?
Well, I mean, we can. I mean, so we don't have an official release date yet, and we're gonna probably make this available to Patreon members first. So, if that's something you're into, you go check that out. But we are in pre-production officially for the Tales from the Podcast RPG game.
Goddamn right. I'm a playable character.
For PC. If you like sarcastic assholes and stupid shit, you're gonna enjoy this fucking game.
This will be your new favorite game. And before I think now are we gonna have me streaming it before the official release?
I mean, we could probably tease it.
Yeah.
I mean, so it is going to be a single player thing.
Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/I'm Uncle Ron. And when it does come time for that, I will be playing it.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we'll probably show the intro load stuff
right
on here, but I don't want to tease too much beforehand because it's not going to be like it's not going to be a game you can sit there and put 25 hours into.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
right.
It's going to be something that's going to make you fucking laugh. Basically, it's going to be me, Ron, and Jeff in our journey on making sure that a piece of shit movie is not made. And it's batshit fucking crazy already. So, I mean...
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone will enjoy it. And I will be including it with basically, I'll figure out a tier that's pretty small. I mean, we're not going to charge a lot for it or anything. And it's going to be a Patreon thing probably for at least the first month before I just release it by itself. So if that is something you're interested in, go check us out. You'll get updated on everything. And I mean, we have Patreon levels going pretty low. And we do a lot of pretty cool shit on our Patreon too. So I mean, you can get into the Discord stuff that we do, and we do watch parties with movies, TV shows, and
I mean, I could do a watch party with a certain couple movies, but I don't know.
I mean, we could do lots of shit, but I mean,
By the way, everybody, Saw X is fucking amazing. Exorcist Believer is a pile of shit.
Now, question.
Yes.
Now, is Saw X better than the Tuck Dance video that you sent me?
I mean, nothing's better than the Tuck Dance video I sent you.
Oh, God. So, anyways, let's go ahead and bring this back around because we are talking about some Friday the 13th. And I'm
how
curious.
Weird is it? Look how far up my pinky goes. That's fucking creepy. Maybe I'm just good at the shocker.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. So this is the New Blood,
otherwise known as Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Is it?
No, seriously, it is, because a good majority of the male cast was gay.
I believe that.
The guy who played what's his face, the hero, was gay, and if you notice, he and Lar Park Lincoln do not have very good chemistry.
No, I do.
They did not have good chemistry. It does look like it's trying to get away. It's like, fuck you, hand.
I will say though, one of the things that Jeff pointed out about this one, this is our introduction to Kane Hodder in the Friday the 13th franchise. Regardless of if the end of the series is some of your favorite, or if you enjoy the first, or wherever it is, I think one thing that basically every Friday the 13th fan can really agree on is Kane Hodder fucking owned that role.
He did.
And he really, really helped make that character what it was.
Yeah, and I think next week we need to show the Jason's interview on the Arsenio Hall show promoting Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay.
Because that was...
I'm 100% in on that. Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, you're in for a fucking treat. It wasn't Kane Hodder, it was Jason.
Upload it when you can. That's a great idea. I love that. So yes, we will do that. As far as everything else about this movie, though, I mean,
it's kind of plain.
It really is. We have some really awesome kills that, I mean,
are hacked to death by the MPAA.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is what happened back then.
Well, I mean, think about it, though. Some of the worst deaths were in... Apparently, what they said for Part 4 is that they would give them more time on Jason's death if they cut a bunch of the other kills down. But with this one, they didn't even, and plus, John Carl Buechler was fighting with one of the female producer because she's like, I don't want Jason's mask off at all. Like, well, that's kind of the whole trope in most of the films. Right. The mask comes off. I think 6 is the only one the mask doesn't come off, but it doesn't start with it on anyway. But
right.
It's just so, I don't know. They like the sleeping bag kill. Did you notice he hits it once against a tree and he's out of breath? The original cut, he hits it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would have much rather have seen that. I mean, that is one of the best things. Like, because when this come out, 88,
something like that.
Which but let me go ahead and just say that this year I was born, and 88. I think that might have been one of the best movies to come out of that year.
Let's look here.
No, because your lists are always wrong on the best movies because it's like what grossed the most, and And
the highest grossing film in the United States.
No.
in 1988
Nobody
is
cares. Oh, see, 1988 was actually a really good year. I'm not
holy
even-
shit. Do not tell me that's the highest fucking grossing movie of the year. I will shit my pants.
Yeah, so see, it's probably shitty.
It-
What is it? Come on, just say it.
Crocodile Dundee 2.
I mean, yeah. But look at everything else that came out in 88.
This
We got
was number one though when it came out in May of 88 because it grossed 8.2 million.
But all right, let's just 88 though. We had Beetlejuice, Child's Play,
Yeah.
They Live. Even though I'm not a huge fan, you still got Die Hard,
Yep.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Nightmare 4.
Halloween 4,
Yep. What else?
Heathers, Night of the Demons,
What else?
Blob remake, Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Yep. Coming to America.
Mistress of the Dark,
Yeah.
um,
Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach.
Naked Gun,
A Fish Called Wanda.
Pumpkinhead, Willow, Great Outdoors.
Yeah. Oh, I love Great Outdoors.
Ooh, one of my favorites, Necromantic.
Of course, it's one of your favorite.
Fuck you.
You fuck.
I mean, The Land Before Time. I mean, 1988 was a great year for film.
Yeah, it was okay.
I mean, it wasn't bad. We got Rambo 3.
The worst of all of them?
Is that the worst of all of them?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're gonna stick to that?
The best Rambo movie is First Blood. The second best Rambo movie, I would argue,
Second Blood.
is just Rambo, and then in 3 would be First Blood Part 2, and then it would be Last Blood, and then it would be Rambo 3.
I never watched Last Blood or Rambo. I've only
Rambo
seen
is
1,
the
2, and
most
3.
violent thing you'll watch in a long time. If you want to see Stallone just wipe out a bunch of fucking Cambodians, or I think it's Cambodian or Burmese or whatever the fuck they are, with a 50 cal, and like you watch them get cut in half.
It's the whole fact of having to look at Stallone on screen.
Hey,
I mean,
Sylvester Stallone is an okay actor, and he's a fantastic writer.
yeah, but he looks like he's missing something, like chromosomes. and
You know
shit.
why that happens? Because back in the day, they took him out of his mom with a pair of forceps, and that's why his lip is the way it is.
I mean, he looks like somebody needs to be pulled around by forceps.
Well, I mean, so does Tom Matthews and Warrington Gillette, but that's besides the point.
I mean, I'm not arguing that either. I mean, but back to Part 7 and New Blood.
Yes.
So, I mean, let's be honest. We got 2 highlights here. We got Kane Hodder coming back, and starting his run as Jason, and we got some really good deaths. We got a very, very short kind of dumb story to go with it, honestly. I mean, I don't like the idea of telekinetic powers in this. I mean, it just kind of reminds me of like the Black Christmas remake, where it's like, let's add magic and change a whole fucking thing.
Let's not get into Black Christmas, but let me answer this question. And allow me to answer it with I already have. So you don't have to.
Is that bad?
It is. Did any of us ever consider that?
Did you really watch that?
I did. That keeps.
It's an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
long.
But I had no. I watched it on my computer, and I had
Oh.
Friday the 13th Part 8 on the TV, so I was counteracting. I hate Jason Goes to Hell, and I would have rather watched that than Never Hike Alone 2. It is the dumbest shit.
I'm just curious, real quick. Just because I have not seen it. Who plays Tommy Jarvis in that?
Why, that would be Tom Matthews, who also produced the film, and also got the guy who played the crazy deputy with the laser sight.
Oh,
He's the sheriff now. And Larry Zerner shows up.
Oh
Hey, man.
god. That sounds great.
Oh, it is a fucking shit show.
Really?
You know, I mean, did we ever consider that maybe Jason keeps coming back because we haven't destroyed his mom's head?
I mean,
That's just fucking dumb.
yes. I am.
Here's
done.
my issue, and I actually talked to a guy I've worked with before on film. He was my director of photography on a number of films, and we were
Two.
talking. What?
2 films.
No.
I'm just joking.
Shut up.
I don't know who it is. I know I've seen his name on credits. I have all your fucking movies on Blu-ray.
Oh, there you go. And we were talking today, and we both kind of have an issue with fan films because why would you put money into something or ask people to put money into something for something that you're not going to make any money on, that you can't legally make any money on?
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? Why put all that effort? Create something new.
I agree.
You know, like I'm hoping, and I talked to somebody, and apparently you don't have to be in the WGA to work on a union project. So this is where because I've been doing a lot of research, and with Friday the 13th able to come back now, and I'm hoping what?
You know, just continue.
I know what you're gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
but what I'm saying is if I get a phone call after somebody sees my segment and body count and says, "Hey, we'd love to hear your thoughts on a treatment for Friday the 13th." I don't give a fuck if it's him. I know who you're talking about, but if I don't care if it's him, I will gladly, because I'll know what I gave them, and if they change it up, that isn't on me. You know what I mean?
First off, how many times have you seen me blame the director?
Never.
How many times have you seen me blame the writer on it?
Never.
Where does my blame usually go?
Jason Blum,
Why is that?
because he's a douchebag.
Now, tell me, am I placing the blame incorrectly?
No, I guess not. And Colin's right. Can we call it a fan film if an actor that was in one of the movies makes it? These are aren't fan films. It's Tom Matthews. Hey, remember me films.
That's 100% what they are.
Yeah, it's true. And the only
They're
reason I'm reading that
fucking
out loud
garbage.
is because we have the podcast audience that can't see the comment. And why is that? Because you're not here at the live show. So what the fuck?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're just listening to this on podcast and you're not checking out the live show, you could just basically go fuck yourself. I mean,
But we do appreciate it if you subscribe to the Patreon.
yeah, we do. I mean, even if you're not watching us live and you're checking us out on YouTube or Facebook or wherever the fuck after the fact, I'm okay with that too. I mean,
because you miss all my me basically passing out last week because I just got so bored of what these two fuckers were talking about.
I mean, there is that. Or you miss all the excitement anytime a woman comes into the chat room and Ron tries to hook up.
It's true.
And speaking of hooking up with Ron, you can also do that on the Patreon because we're selling Ron. Basically pimping you out on the Patreon. Oh. You okay, Ron?
No, I'm fine. I'm just sending a message to somebody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I might have to start door dashing. But
oh no.
Yeah, and he's telling me what I should he's like, don't take anything that's garbage pay. And I'm like, what do you consider garbage pay? So he's running it down for me.
Right. I mean, you're probably just gonna be moving a lot of cheese. You're in Wisconsin.
Well, that's what we have the cows for. But
yeah, the cows for you just move cows around.
Yeah.
Oh god. I do want to say though, with this movie, I still think it's a lot of fun.
It was good because there was no Tom Matthews in it, unless you count the very beginning.
That is true. That is true.
A flashback.
And I'm not gonna give it as high of a rating as Jeff did.
Oh no, me either.
But I'm gonna say this is still a solid 8. I'm not like the kills in it. the introduction of having Hodder, I think really adds a lot more to the series.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But I know with you, you're probably going to go in between a 7 and an 8 also.
I'm going with a 7.5.
Yeah, see, I knew you were going to be like right there about with me, but I knew you were still going to be a little bit lower. You judge a little harsher than I do on that, and I get it.
And I only judge it harshly because I love it so.
You're not wrong. I mean, it's even with me saying an 8, like I'm still like, because originally, I was at a 7.5, 8 when I watched it.
I don't even remember. What did I give the second movie, which is my favorite? Did I give it a 10 or did I give it a 9?
I think you might have given it a 10.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have also dropped things.
That that was something you should not drop, by the way. Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's still a fun one, that's for sure. Just private message. You're gonna love that one.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Yeah, don't drop that. I hope there's nothing in it.
Huh?
Is there anything in it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't drop that.
17 something's in it.
Fuck! What the hell? And those are the ones that actually something could happen if you drop it.
Yeah, that's 100% something that can happen if you drop it. And the worst part is, I live so far away, nobody would know. Dude. So, anyways, back to this. Obviously, you can tell we like this one. You can tell we had fun with it. I mean,
aside from the sleeping bag kill, what's your favorite?
Besides the sleeping bag kill. All right, I know it's not. I know it's not like a super like great one, but chick skinny dipping.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go. Yeah, exactly. But I thought you were gonna go with the one where where they get it in the eye with the party horn.
I mean, that's not a bad one either. But when Jason just comes straight up out of the water, that was fucking. I love that scene. That's just,
and kills the chick that was also in Slumber Party Massacre too.
Yes. I also really like Slumber Party Massacre. Those are fun movies too.
They are.
Not as great as the Leprechaun series, but they're good.
Oh, speaking of Leprechaun, did you hear that they are going to be sending VHS to space?
No, but I'm just curious. How many times in your life were you able to segue off of Leprechaun?
Never.
Now, question though. If they're sending VHSs out to space, are they going to be sending
that movie VHS, the series?
Oh, that's what they're sending out there?
Yeah.
Nah.
When a film franchise goes to space, you might as well write it off. Except for Friday the 13th. Now think about that. Jason survived going to space, where Hellraiser didn't, Leprechaun didn't.
Leprechaun did.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
I
love Leprechaun
going into space.
What about the Killer Clowns?
They're from outer space.
That's true. Naturally, Freddy or Chucky. I mean,
I don't think that they're able to come back from that fucking horrible remake
with Freddy.
Yeah,
no.
They haven't.
Chucky, I think. Then Chucky's doing fine by himself right now.
Yeah, that series. I haven't watched the new season because I haven't watched season 2. But
no, I mean, Brad Dourif isn't running out of work.
No,
for damn sure. And I mean, they're doing a great job there. But no, I mean, I still like Leprechaun in Space.
Well, if you like Leprechaun in Space, that's fine.
I thought it was fun. I think the whole Leprechaun series is fucking funny though. There's something about having Warwick Davis playing him, and it's just because he's such a fucking like you can tell that he's a theater actor who's been properly trained to really fucking act. And it's just great. It's fucking hilarious. What are you doing, Ron? You're not even paying attention.
I'm not. I'm just. Whenever people start talking about Leprechaun, I kind of tune out.
Why?
I don't know. I can't get into it.
But it's one of your favorites.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
Fine. Fuck you.
No, thank you.
All right, fine.
But
Well-
yeah, so that's happening, and I'm just like, it just boggles my fucking mind.
Yeah, what can you do?
I suppose you better start promoting, huh? Let me.
Yeah,
do my
definitely got
thing.
to.
So on October 17th, this Tuesday, the Ron Pertie Show will be back, and I have an Andy Richter, so to speak, and that'll be fun. And so we're doing like a late night show, but in a podcast form. So I hope everybody can tune in. It's all recorded, it's not live. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, so be sure to subscribe on Spotify or at YouTube at youtube.com/I'm Uncle Ron to watch clips, and stuff like that. So
That is also a great one too. I like it when he
What,
went
Tales
back
from the
to the hood. And that I will say it's awesome that you have yourself an Andy Richter.
I do. That's something I think I needed.
Unfortunately, you're no Conan.
No, I'm not. But I'm just trying to point out.
You might be as tall as him.
Siri, how old is Conan O'Brien?
I didn't say old. I said tall.
Conan O'Brien is 60 years old.
You guys are about the same age too.
Oh, eat my ass. How tall is Conan O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien is 6 feet 4 inches.
Yeah, we're the same height.
Yeah, see.
But he's skinny. He's
I
like,
like it. I like it.
Put up
You
my
fucking,
legs.
like we're gonna do Siri on here. I hope that everybody listening to this podcast, I hope all your fucking devices went off when he did that shit.
Yeah. Because with the new update, you don't have to say hey beforehand. You just have to say its name. Well, so am
See-
I. Colin, you've known me for how many years?
See, I don't know though. I mean, fortunately, the average user isn't using an Apple device anyway. So it really doesn't matter. It's going to be such a small segment of the population, if you will. Oh, man. So you got that going on. Anything else going on?
The premiere for Body Count is November 12th. I don't know if there's still seats available for that. I won't be there, but Jen will.
When are they going to be
I don't know.
doing a full release, or are they
I have
not
no
going
idea.
to?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
This is going to be in Burbank, and I think it's Burbank or North Hollywood, and it's going to be they reached out to the cast and crew first, and then now they're putting it out there to people who want to come. So,
Well, very, very cool.
yes.
Hopefully, she's able to do something with it.
I hear a few rumblings, but I can't talk about them yet. So,
No, you can. You just choose not to.
no, I actually can't.
No, you can. You just choose not to. Nothing is physically making you not able to do something other than yourself, which means that you can. So just correct the way you say it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not allowed.
There you go. You're whipped.
Well,
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm not going to comment on that, but
No, I'll have to talk to Jen. I'm sure I can figure out a way to watch it too.
I
Sure.
haven't seen it yet.
No.
No,
Well, I mean, I'm not saying like right now, but I mean,
right.
I'm sure by the time she does the release and everything, I'm sure.
Well, we should definitely have her on to talk about it.
I mean, she is more than welcome on anytime she wants to. She knows this.
Yes.
I've never hidden that fact from her. She's just a very, very busy woman.
I will try to wear pants that episode.
You won't. I don't know why you're even lying to me.
I'll probably wear less pants.
You probably won't wear
honest.
pants.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we won't have to see it anyway. I guess anyways, to continue on with the promotional shit, check out our Patreon. I can't stress it enough. Ron wasn't able to feed his animals, his dog or his cat, because we're not getting any Patreon money
Or my
coming in.
chinchilla.
Or his chinchilla. I didn't know he had a chinchilla.
Or my intern.
Or his intern.
Yeah.
His intern's starving right now, guys. Yep. And for $1 a month, you could at least get him like 3 packs of ramen.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever gonna fucking do that shit. No. But we're gonna keep trying anyway. And remember, with the news that you heard earlier, which I'm not gonna repeat because you need to go back and check it out if you're just hearing this now.
Yep.
You're gonna want to be getting into that Patreon anyway. And you already got everything you want plugged. Remember, you can check out all of our links over at talesfromthepodcast.com. You can check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Even if you don't really watch us on YouTube and you'd rather just check us out anywhere else, at least go over to talesfromthepodcast.com. Give us a follow. I mean, it all helps. It adds up to everything else, and we definitely appreciate all the support that we get from everybody.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. So
next week, Jeff will be back, and we'll be talking about Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Spoiler alert, Manhattan is not owned by Jason.
No, and spoiler alert,
it
should be Jason Takes Vancouver, but that's besides the point.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you all for listening. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you, especially if you're going to check out our Patreon. And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.